Y'all remember Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier? You know, it's that game that exists for some reason, because I remember. Oh, I remember too well. Oh no, 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 no! You know, it's funny, normally with this series, I like to examine the alright forgotten gaming gems and/or rocks, and truth be told, I was gonna make a video on the better forgotten Jak game, Jak X Combat Racing, since that was never ported to HD, and isn't known as nearly as much as the original trilogy, but lo and behold, Sony gone done did it again, and apparently they are porting the old Jak games, including Combat Racing, to the PS4 in glorious HD. Again, but with Combat Racing in this time because it wasn't on the PS3 version anyway. But hooray, we did it! Pop those champagne corks, it's all fine and good with me. Here, have some confetti while you're at it. So with the Jak games coming back out again, that just left the real outlier. Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier. For those who know what this game is, I am very, very sorry I brought it back into your life. But for those who don't know, The Lost Frontier is a continuation of the Jak series after Jak 3, and was originally supposed to be created by Naughty Dog since it was their idea in the first place, but because that shiny PS3 and that new sexy Uncharted was also being developed at the same time, Naughty Dog decided to give up on the new title to focus on Nathan Drake's Bud, but instead of just shooting it in the head and burying the game in a field where it belongs, Sony had other plans and gave the new title to High Impact Games. You know, the irreplaceable masterminds behind Ratchet & Clank Size Matters on the PSP and the PS2, oh boy. And then there's Secret Agent Clank, you know, everyone's favorite PSP game, and, you know, you got the such classics as Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, there's that one, but just on the Wii, and Assistance, that's it, and, you know, of course, there's Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier. Now, for the record, if you look at this game on its own, The Lost Frontier isn't bad. It's not great by any means, but there is some enjoyment to be found in this wannabe big boy adventure, and I'll be real, the game feels like they tried. At least a little bit. Like there was at least one guy in the office that wasn't on Cymbalta at the time. I mean, there's some neat ideas, and if you give this game to a 9-year-old, they won't give you too much crap about it. It's got pretty colors, an airship, and a gun that goes pew pew pew, so it's just fine. It's functional. It's what the kids call a game. But of course, with a game that takes place after the original trilogy, it will inevitably be compared to those titles, and when you do that, The Lost Frontier is a terrible Jak game. And listen, we ain't talking, oh, it just deviates from the formula. Different doesn't mean bad bond per no. Every way you look at this is a bad Jak game and a massive step backwards, because this game does follow the standard Jak 2 and 3 open world structure with missions, item collecting, and vehicle stuff, but makes everything feel like complete poo-poo garbage in the process. I mean, granted, how the heck do you follow up to some of the greatest games on the PlayStation 2? But still, The Lost Frontier missed the mark so hard, we're not even talking the same planet anymore, guys. This is hands down the worst Jak game, and it's for a bunch of reasons. The first being that the game is technically a PSP title that was for some reason ported to the PS2 as well. Not sure why, but we all know that having something made for the PSP and later moved to the PS2 is gonna feel kinda weird and tiny, and well, there's a reason why it's not done very often, because The Lost Frontier is ugly and somehow manages to look worse than the original Jak and Daxter. And that's not just graphically okay. I understand hardware limitations, guys. The PSP is the size of a tubby Hot Pocket, I know, but it's the game's art direction too. You got bland character design on top of bland environments, there ain't no pop, there ain't no creativity, there ain't no nothing. And for some reason the game goes between these weird pre-rendered CGI cutscenes and it's like, whoa, whoa! Oh! It's very jarring. Like, yeah, ma, we next gen now, and Timmy, please put down the 3D software, you're gonna hurt someone. Also, Kira has a lazy eye and it really bothers me. It's like a fish. And I heard dead fish eyes are gonna be bothering you too. Yeah, nah, I'm taking you guys down with me, alright? I'm not doing this alone. But looks don't make a game, I know, but everything else feels janky, cause the gameplay feels super clunky, like how frickin' stupid the double jump feels and/or looks with your midair squat poops, to not having a dodge roll so you feel like a donkey with a box on its head, to the most half-ass QTEs that look like placeholders, to the camera drunkenly swinging around because it has personal issues and doesn't know what it wants, and also very, very bizarre loading glitches and pauses. Like, what? Hello? What's going on? Hey. Okay, now we're playing video games. Had me going for a second game. Oh my god, what the hell was that? Not to mention something weird that I noticed, but the music just straight up stops when you go to some of the stores.
Kiko into Colored Eco.
Okay, it's quiet as hell. What the hell? It just cuts off? What the fuck? To be fair, none of these are game-breaking problems. Heck, there's even fun in some cases with the amount of unique abilities you get. But then there's that one thing that's looming over this entire experience. The other games exist! But who cares about the other games, Buns? The Lost Frontier has those sick, dark Daxter segments that feel shoehorned in and are tedious and beyond pointless and make me want to shove dark eco crystals right up my ass. But hey, as long as the story's good, then at least I can feel engaged on that level, right? Yeah! Not likely! In a universe as intriguing and lore-filled as the Jak series, The Last Frontier goes for the ever-thrilling and totally not lame space pirates. And an eco shortage that doesn't seem to be affecting anybody. Yeah, we're getting really original now. Okay, at least the game's going back to its eco roots, but the whole thing is just dull. It's space pirates, guys. I don't care. No one cares. Come on. This is a 7-year-old's idea of cool. Who is this guy? I don't care because I'm dying of boredom here. God! It's as tame as you can get compared to Jak 3 with all that creepy end-of-the-world surreal monk crap. Now that was interesting, but we get pirates in this one. Hooray. And then we got the new and improved buff Boy Scout himself, Jak, whose whole character has been uprooted so he can smile and wave and do that hero garbage without any lip, and will help your grandma cross the street. Yeah, that's the Jak we know and love.
I'm gonna kill Praxis!
Who the hecky is this Debbie Downer? Wow, what a meanie. This isn't nearly as cool as our good Mormon boy Jackie Poo, am I right? At least Daxter hasn't really changed all that much.
I wanna go home!
I digress. The point is, having decent reviews and being made for the PSP or not, this game feels like it's wearing the skin of a Jak game without any of the actual Jak vibes or creativity. This thing has no polish, and it has no soul. And the fact that this is a PSP game ported to the PlayStation 2 isn't an excuse, because the Daxter game was a great PSP exclusive that held up to the rest of the series. But this is what happens when companies try to keep an IP alive, even if their original makers move on. And unless Naughty Dog comes back to make the real Jak 4, I don't want it to exist. Not after this. God, no. And it's just a shame people forgot about The Lost Frontier, because we need to make sure that this doesn't happen ever again. Hey yo, welcome to the end of the video. Just want to say, y'all should be following me on my social medias. You know, I got a Twitter, I got a Twitch, I got a Tumblr, I got all the things. I have a Patreon. You can support me on Patreon if you wanna. That's a thing you could do. Easy. Links down below. Come on, let's go. But besides that, this channel is sponsored by GameFly. GameFly is a great cheap service so you can rent out new games so you don't waste $60 on trash you regret buying. There are a bunch of amazing games out right now, guys, and you could be renting most of them for free with the 30-day free trial. Links down below. Hit that code, please. God, this YouTube ad revenue thingy is actually hitting me kind of hard. Throwing that out there. You want to support me? Hit that nice little link down below. But besides, that's the end of the video. I stayed up all night making this, and I mistakes were made. My sleep schedule's kind of jank now. Hey, oh yeah, good night, everybody. Bye-bye.